Man, I am so geeked out about what PA Democrats did this week, so let's get into it. Pennsylvania House of Representatives passed Governor Shapiro's proposal to deliver mass transit to 67 counties across the Commonwealth, and now it heads to the Republican-controlled Senate. So if it doesn't get to the governor's desk, you can blame Republicans. Governor Shapiro also announced that the new Let Freedom Ring license plate is now available to all Pennsylvanians because Pennsylvania was the birthplace of democracy. Don't you forget it. And in Congress, Dems Sen John Fetterman introduced a bill to allow abused or abandoned spouses to file as head of household. And in the state Senate, Dems Sen Art Haywood introduced a bill to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour by 2027 and to give a tax credit to small businesses to adapt to the wage increase. And if it doesn't make it to Governor Shapiro's desk and get signed into law, you can blame the Republican-controlled Senate. And Dems Sen Christine Tartaglione introduced a bill to improve access to public spaces for people with disabilities. And Dems Sen Lindsey Williams introduced a bill to provide school counseling services in all schools. And she introduced a bill to provide teachers with a $1,000 a year retention bonus. And Dems Sen Nick Pisciatano introduced a bill to combat animal fighting and cruelty. And Dems Sen Patty Kim introduced a bill to improve filling vacancies in local offices. Oh, but that's not all. Dems Sen Amanda Cappelletti introduced a bill to provide changing stations in public buildings and facilities. And she introduced a bill to improve electronic waste recycling. And in the State House, Dem Rep Ben Waxman introduced a bill to require consent before data is collected from your personal devices. And Dem Rep Kyle Donahue introduced a bill to protect victims of child trafficking. There's more. Dem Rep Pat Gallagher introduced a bill to help insurance companies cover colorectal cancer screening. And Dem Rep Tim Brennan introduced a bill to require workers' compensation forms to be translated in multiple languages. And Dem Rep Maureen Madden introduced a bill to prevent the elderly from being financially exploited. And Dem Rep Liz Hanbidge introduced a bill that would require an attorney to be consulted when a child is taken into custody. And Dem Rep Carol Kazim introduced a bill to make sure that military families are protected from child abuse. And Dem Rep Perry Warren introduced a bill to ensure that terrorists and suspected terrorists cannot purchase firearms. And Dem Rep Elizabeth Feidler introduced a bill to incentivize clean manufacturing in the Commonwealth. And Dem Rep Perry Warren introduced a bill to require firearm owners to report the loss or theft of their firearm within 24 hours. And finally, Dem Rep Benjamin Sanchez introduced a bill to increase the monthly allowance for nursing home residents. Thanks, Democrats. If you want to learn more about Democrats in Pennsylvania, check out my podcast, The Zeekly Podcast. Go to thezeeklypodcast.com today and check it out.